A warm welcome to you here on TV News Hour, here on TV Sapiencia. The top stories today. The National Youth Service Corps has released Stream 1 postings for the 2025 Batch 8 prospective corps members. Pope Francis has died at the age of 88. Team Nigeria will depart for Mocha, Mauritius today, Monday, to compete at the 2025 African Weightlifting Championship scheduled for April 20 to 28 as they continue their quest for medals and continental dominance. My name is Chioma Vicchwemeka. Here is the news in full. The National Youth Service Corps has released a Stream 1 postings for the 2025 Batch 8 prospective corps members. This is just that it's noted that the signing and printing of the addendum is vital for camp entry. According to a series of posts on its X handle today, Monday, the NYSC said the document is crucial for registration and to avoid potential service disruptions, as some camps may require it for verification. It stressed that the addendum is typically accessible on the NYSC dashboard after successful online registration. Meanwhile, NYSC also stated that some prospective corps members deployed to Lagos will have their orientation course in Ogun, Ondo and Osun camps, while some prospective corps members deployed to Abuja will have their orientation camps in Nasarawa and Kaduna camps. It also advised prospective corps members not to travel at night to the orientation camps. Away from that story, the leadership of the 10th Senate has announced a shift in the date of its resumption. The earlier date for resumption was fixed for April 29, 2025. However, the new date has been adjusted to May 6. The announcement was contained in an internal memo dated April 20, 2025, addressed to all senators and signed by the Senate Clerk, Andrew Ubunna Nwoba. The postponement was hinged on the International Workers' Day, that's the public holiday which is celebrated on May 1, and for the lawmakers to take their time to attend to key constituency engagements. The civil servants who retire without settling loans they obtained from the federal government, staff, housing loan board, or any licensed cooperative society may have their properties seized. This is according to a memo issued by the Permanent Secretary of the Career Welfare Office, Patient Oyekunle. The memo obtained by newsmen yesterday, Sunday, reminded civil servants nearing retirement of the need to comply with the relevant provisions of the public service rules. It further explains that civil servants who exit the service before fully repaying their housing loan from the board has the legal right. That is, the board has the legal right to seize the mortgaged property. Away from that story, as Christians across the globe marked Easter Sunday yesterday, Nigerian leaders, including state governors, religious figures, and political stakeholders, used the occasion to deliver messages of hope, love, unity, and spiritual renewal to citizens, especially in the face of current national challenges. In his Easter message, Archbishop Daniel Oko, president of the Christian Association of Nigeria, urged Nigerians not to lose hope amid ongoing difficulties, emphasizing that Easter embodies victory over adversity, resilience, and unity. He called for deeper reflection, acts of compassion, and peaceful coexistence among all citizens, regardless of faith or background. In a similar spirit, governors across the country extended goodwill messages to Christians and Nigerians at large, urging them to embrace the values of Easter and draw inspiration from Christ's sacrificial love. Governor Peter Mbah of Enugu State described Easter as a time for selflessness, forgiveness, and peaceful coexistence. In Edo State, the Deputy Governor, Dennis Idahosa, called on Christians to emulate Jesus' selfless love and remain prayerful for the nation's peace and development. In Oyo State, Governor Seyi Makinde highlighted Easter's teachings of hope, sacrifice, and renewal. Governor Duyodiri of Bayelsa State praised the role of the Christian community in fostering peace in the state through prayers and moral guidance. Former Governor Yahaya Bello of Kogi State joined in the call for love, unity, and peace. In Ogun State, Governor Dapo Abiodun and other top figures, including Senator Gbenga Daniel and Senator Solomon Adeola, celebrated Easter as a symbol of new beginnings. Senator Adeola commended President Bola Tinubu's efforts under the Renewed Hope agenda and encouraged citizens to be patient and prayerful for national progress. Across the country, leaders collectively echoed a consistent theme: That's the resurrection of Christ, which offers a template for Nigeria to overcome its challenges through love, unity, patience, and faith. Now we move right now to education, where the National Association of Academic Technologists has threatened to take industrial action over the federal government's alleged plan to release 50 billion naira in earned allowances to the Academic Staff Union of Universities. In a letter to the Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa, the union called for a halt to the planned release of the 50 billion naira, urging that it should only proceed after the leadership of the 4 university-based unions and the minister meet to discuss and establish fair and equitable distribution modalities. That's one that any action contrary to these requests may jeopardize industrial peace on the nation's university campuses. In a statement issued in Abuja following its National Executive Council meeting, NAT led by its president Ibeji Nwokoma expressed concern over comments made by the Minister of Education regarding the 50 billion naira allocated in the 2025 budget for the payment of earned academic allowances. The union pointed out that based on their university system, earned academic allowances are meant for teaching staff, specifically ASO. The Metropolitan Catholic Archbishop of Onitsha, Most Reverend Valerian Okeke, has charged the inmates of Onitsha Correctional Center to live a life centered on love so as to overcome all challenges and experiences, and of course experience a new lease of life. Speaking yesterday Sunday while celebrating Easter with the inmates, Archbishop Valerian Okeke said there are great rewards for those who love genuinely, noting that love conquers all problems and overcomes all faults. The Archbishop also presented various items for the inmates, ranging from cooked rice and meat, live cows, toiletries to home provisions, cakes, amongst others. Archbishop Valerian Okeke charged the inmates to maximize the various opportunities provided inside the custodial center for their reformation so they can be better humans on regaining freedom. The chaplain of St. Maximilian Kobe chaplaincy inside the correctional center, Reverend Father Nnamdi Okpalugo, in a remark said Archbishop Valerian Okeke has brought life to the Onitsha Correctional Center through his various transformation projects, like the multi-million naira ultra-modern skill acquisition center, where the inmates are trained in various skills, and his interventions in the educational, health, and material well-being of the inmate. The controller in charge of corrections in Anambra State, Valentine Nwosu, while speaking, also praised the Archbishop for his all-round provisions to the inmates. The Governor, Chukwuma Soludo of Anambra State, has extended season's greetings and warm congratulations to Christians in Anambra and across Nigeria on the celebration of Easter, which commemorates the crucifixion, death, and resurrection of Jesus Christ. In a statement signed by his press secretary, Mr. Christian Abrime, Governor Soludo commended Christians for their prayers and consistent devotion to the virtues of sacrifice, solemnity, humility, and spiritual revival exhibited during the Lent. Governor Soludo also lauded the inspiring significance of Easter's lessons in selflessness, modesty, hope, renewal, and harmony, as personified by Jesus Christ, urging Christians to emulate Christ and take advantage of the season to reinforce the ideals of personal sacrifice for mutual tolerance and peaceful coexistence in Nigeria. Governor Soludo further emphasized that Easter's lessons perfectly aligns with his administration's vision for Anambra as a peaceful, livable, and progressive society where government policies promote social harmony, economic opportunity, and peace of mind for all. Governor Soludo prayed for that as Christ triumphed over death, there will emerge a new triumphant Nigeria where the noble dreams of leaders and citizens will be realized for a stronger and better nation. Away from Anambra State and Nigeria, we have a breaking news that we have been following up. Pope Francis has died at the age of 88. The Vatican confirmed that the pontiff passed away on Easter Monday, that is this morning, at his residence in the Casa Santa Marta within Vatican City. Camerlengo of the Apostolic Chamber, Cardinal Calvin Farrell announced the death of Pope Francis from the Casa Santa Marta this Monday morning. Farrell said the Pope died at exactly 7:35 a.m. His death comes hours after he greeted Catholic faithful who were at the Vatican on Sunday for the Easter Mass. The announcement by Cardinal Farrell reads, and I quote, "Dearest brothers and sisters, with deep sorrow, I must announce the death of our Holy Father, Francis. At 7:35 this morning, the Bishop of Rome, Francis, returned to the house of the Father. His entire life was dedicated to the service of the Lord and of His Church. He taught us to live the values of the gospel with fidelity, courage, and universal love, especially in favor of the poorest and most marginalized. With immense gratitude for his example as a true disciple of the Lord Jesus, we commend the soul of Pope Francis to the infinite merciful love of the one and triune God." End of quote. According to Archbishop Diego Ravelli, Master of Apostolic Ceremonies, the late Pope Francis had requested the funeral rites be simplified and focused on expressing the faith of the Church in the risen body of Christ. Away from that story, U.S. President Donald Trump raised a record $239 million for his January inauguration, according to a Federal Election Commission filing on Sunday, more than double the amount for his previous swearing-in. The hundreds of donors to the Trump-Vance inaugural committee included household names like Airbnb, McDonald's, and Microsoft, with corporate giants Amazon, Meta, and JP Morgan Chase donating at least $1 million. OpenAI CEO Sam Altman also donated $1 million for the January 20 inauguration, where tech figures took center stage. The record amount dwarfs the $107 million that Trump took in donations for festivities to celebrate his first inauguration in January 2017. It also far exceeds the average amount raised by recent presidents, with Democrat Joe Biden cashing in around $61 million for his 2021 swearing-in. Finally, in sports, Team Nigeria will depart for more Mauritius today, Monday, to compete at the 2025 African Weightlifting Championships, scheduled from April 20 to 28, as they continue their quest for the medals and continental dominance. The traveling delegation comprises 6 elite athletes and 2 coaches entering the 35th edition, with momentum, having performed well at the last championship in Egypt, finishing with 6 gold and 5 silver medals. Rafiatu Folashade Lawal won 3 gold medals in the women's 59 kg category, dominating the snatch, clean and jerk, and total lifts. In the same weight class, Adijat Adenike Olarinoye followed her closely as runners-up, winning 3 silver medals. Joy Obonne Eze also swept all 3 categories, that's the gold medals, in the women's 71 kg category, while Edidiong Joseph Omwafia picked up 2 silver medals in the men's 73 kg snatch and total. With our story in sport, we'll wrap it up on today's This Hour story. A quick reminder of our top stories. We told you that National Youth Service Corps has released Stream 1 postings for the 2025 Batch A prospective corps members. We also gave you breaking news that Pope Francis had died at the age of 88. And in sports, Team Nigeria will depart for Mocha Mauritius today, Monday, to compete at the 2025 African Weightlifting Championship, scheduled for April 20 to 28, as they continue their quest for medals and intercontinental dominance. Many thanks for joining us on the news this hour on TV Sapiencia. Today, Monday, Easter Monday. My name is Chioma Victor Kwemeka. Happy Easter and thanks for watching. Stay with us.